Hello, everyone. We are very happy to have you online with us this Saturday morning. With a mission to guide students transitioning from campus to career, Edugraph, the education vertical of the Telegraph Online, has curated a series of webinars. And these webinars will help aspirants like you to gain valuable insights on various career paths. Today's webinar will be throwing light on how to be a security professional, cybersecurity professional. We are honored to have with us today Mr. Sandeep Sengupta. And Mr. Sandeep Sengupta is here with us this morning, and he is an ethical hacker and founder, director of the Indian School of Anti-Hacking. Working over the last 22 years in the information security industry in New Zealand, Singapore, and India. He has audited companies like Tata Steel, SAIL, ONGC, the National Power Grid, Bandhan Bank, and 100 plus more MNCs. He also works very closely with the CID and the Lal Bazar Police Department. He is a regional committee member at NASCOM, IT subcommittee member at CII, and also associated with the West Bengal Cybersecurity Center of Excellence. Before I hand over this session to Mr. Sengupta, I wanted to request our audience today to kindly not use the raise hand option while the session is in progress. The second half of this webinar will have a Q&A session. We had collected questions from our registered participants, and we have collated these questions from Mr. Sengupta, which we will be taking in the second half. So kindly do not raise your hand. And Mr. Sengupta, handing over this session to you now.
Very good morning, Sweta. Very good morning to all my young friends out here.
Good morning, sir.
I have been into this field for the last 23 years, and well, more and more people are joining. So I today the session I got some questions and I would like to answer all of this, but I let me share my screen first. Okay, I will just give you some idea what exactly is ethical hacking before I come into this term and cybersecurity. All of you know that lot of companies got hacked over the last months, years. If you have used Ola, you will see that if you search on Google, you will see that Ola got hacked. In fact, Domino Pizza got hacked, 1 million credit card details stolen. Just few days back, Uber got hacked, and that too was hacked by an 18 years old kid. In fact, if you talk about NASA, that was also hacked in 1999. In fact, not a single company in this today's modern corporate world is able to keep themselves safe, because one day or other, even the top level, even if you are talking about Microsoft, I can show you from Google that even the Microsoft was compromised, Windows 11 hacks. So there was every company is facing this type of problems where hackers hacking into their system, and they are finding it very difficult to keep themselves protected. Now, this is a bad news for the corporate, but this is a good news for young people like you. If I go to if you search on Google, you will see that we need more than 20 lakh cybersecurity professionals, more than 20 lakh cybersecurity professionals by 2025. So what is happening? I believe all of you, this whole theme is about career options in cybersecurity. So when you try to get a job, you go to popular sites like Monster or Naukri. So if I go to naukri.com and search for cyber security jobs and just search over here, you will see more than 6,299 cyber security jobs are there. Now, you might ask me that we don't have any experience. So are these jobs for experienced people or are these jobs for freshers? So let me drag this to zero experience. So even I put it zero experience, you will see that there are more than 180 cybersecurity jobs. Now, if I look into the salary part, you will see that there are 118 jobs with a 3 lakh salary, and even there are 3 jobs with 50 lakh salary. That means almost 4.5 lakhs per month, and that too for a fresher. So for a 25 lakhs, which is almost 2 lakhs per month, there are 6 jobs. For around 1.5 lakhs, there are 21 jobs. So cyber security, the situation is so bad, and companies are trying to hire people who can keep themselves secure. They are giving abnormally high salary to cyber security people. While a developer gets around 30-40,000 rupees per month, the cyber security guys are getting even 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees per month. And you can see there are some jobs which are even giving a fresher around 4.5 lakhs per month, which is quite high. And all this happened because these companies are facing so much problem in the cyber security world. They are not being able to protect themselves, and this particular cyber security field is in huge demand. Now let me show you what exactly is ethical hacking. So if you look into this slide, you will see that hackers are mostly of 5 types. The the biggest classification is white hat hackers and the black hat hackers. Who are the white hat hackers? The white hat hackers are basically the ethical hackers. Now, this word ethical hacker is very flashy, but in the corporate world, if you say ethical hacker, then they won't recognize you. So we are mostly the penetration testers. We are mostly the network auditors. We are mostly the malware analyst. And what is our job? Our job is to keep the company secure. So I am one of the ethical hackers. And the black hat hackers, they are the criminals. So they are stealing money. They're going after the corporate. They're going after you people like the Jamtara gang, the Bharatpur gang, lot of frauds, the bank, the criminals who are doing bank frauds. So they are all classified as the black hat hackers, and all the good guys are coming into the white hat hackers. So what is the difference between what makes ethical hacking ethical? So as for me, like my clients are like Bandhan Bank, my clients are like Coca-Cola, CAC. So what we do, suppose Bandhan Bank has a server or they have a core banking system. So how do they know that this core banking system cannot be hacked? So they give us a permission to try to break into their system to make sure that if we cannot break into their system, that nobody else can break into the system. We have that expertise. I will tell you later how to develop that expertise. So these companies, the bank, the educational institutes, the software development companies, the telecom operator, I have audited companies like Vodafone, Airtel. I have audited FMCG companies like ITC, like Coca-Cola. So when we try to break into the system and we tell them that, see, these are the problems you have and you can solve these problems, and then no other hacker can hack into your system. So only after we certify, then these people can actually launch their software or their network or their software, their server. But before they go into the market, they have to get us look into their system, test their system, audit their system to find out whether their system have any vulnerability or not. And that is what in the technical term we called penetration testing. So that is what you will try to develop, that is what you will try to learn. And there are some other fields which I will tell you, because cybersecurity is not just for the BTech or the BCA or the MCA people. Cybersecurity is also for the commerce graduate, for the management graduate, for the arts graduate. So there is something for everybody in cybersecurity, and there is a very, very high salary over here. So I will guide you that exactly, depending upon the background that you have, what exactly you need to learn to get into this particular field and become an expert. Not only you are respected, you get the money, and there is all the fun into breaking into systems, and again get paid for that. So the ethical part is what the biggest question that people ask ki, what is the difference between what makes the ethical hackers ethical? So we only go and check a system when they give us permission. So the company themselves call us to break into their system, to test their system whether their system can be broken. And once we break into the system in their presence, we tell them that this is the vulnerability, this is how you can solve it. And then once they solve the problem, we again test the system till we get no problem over there. Once we say there is no issue, no vulnerability, your system is unbreakable, then only with that certificate they go and into the market and they launch their software. Like I said, Bandhan Bank with the core banking system. So then only they can go into the market, and that makes us ethical hacker. But if you do not take the permission and you go and try to break into their system without informing them or without taking their written permission, then that makes you a black hat hacker. Even if you say that I'm doing it to help you, or I'm just trying to find a problem which I am going to report to you, that still makes you a criminal, and they can actually go to police and you can go behind the bar, you can go to jail. So keep in mind that cyber security professionals, they only go and touch the system when they are invited to do so by the corporate, by the company. Otherwise, not. Now come to the, I was telling you about this Naukri.com. Now very important, how do you learn? How do you know what exact to learn? What exactly you need to know? See, most of the students, they make a mistake. You go to the school has a syllabus. After that, you will go to the class 11, 12, and then board has a syllabus. Then you go to the college has a syllabus. But the problem with college and this corporate world is, corporate world, whatever software is up to date today, tomorrow will become obsolete. The technology which is relevant today, within 3 months, it will become obsolete. But the college cannot change the syllabus so fast. They have their own system, they need meetings, they need to be approving by several authorities before they can change the syllabus. So when you go to college, you will see that the college syllabus is at least 3 to 5 to 10 years behind what the industry will need at this moment. And that is why even after so many graduates are coming out of this big engineering college or top level college, not everybody is getting a good job. So what the best thing that you need to keep in mind, that you need to keep on checking the job sites. So suppose I have come to Naukri.com and I am looking into a job, a cybersecurity engineer, and I clicked on this and I opened this job. Once you open this job, you will get to know that what these guys are looking for. What exactly, maybe this person hasn't written much over here. I will go to the next one, penetration tester. Just look into this job and see what these people are looking for. If you look into a little bit like high-end jobs, maybe you are looking for some jobs which will pay you, let me see, if I go to the salary and I'm looking for maybe the 10 to 15 lakhs job, and looking into the this part. Okay, so maybe I can I can show you something over here. Internal audit professional. See, in a high-end job, they will give a lot of things mentioned over there, that what exactly they expect from the candidate. So they will mention some tools like, I want you to know these tools, I want you to know this technology. Maybe in the freshers job, that like where they are paying you 2 lakh 3 lakh per year, they will not mention this. But the moment you go into the high end jobs where they are offering you 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs to 30 40 50 lakhs per year, they will have an elaborate description that what is expected from the candidate, from the person who is appearing for the interview. So your, apart from your college syllabus, you must keep on checking this right from your school days, because when you go for job, when you appear for this interview, this is the syllabus which the industry needs. This is the syllabus which is up to date. That is the need of the industry. And if you know this, obviously you can go and appear for that 15 lakhs or even 50 lakhs job. So keep a tab on what the job sites are looking. Apart from your college syllabus, theoretical syllabus, if you do not learn this end of your graduation, you cannot apply for this high-end job. And if you start learning this right from your school or the college first year, then definitely you can apply for these jobs even if you are a fresher. See, these guys have already mentioned that it doesn't matter even if your experience is very less. I showed you over here that even if you pull your experience to 0, you can still apply for this job as long as you have that knowledge. So the lesson learned is, apart from your college syllabus, your job syllabus is mentioned on naukri.com or monster.com or shine.com or on LinkedIn, and keep on checking, because you will see the pattern that these things, these job requirements are changing over the days, and you need to constantly upgrade yourself. So when you are in first year and when you are in your third year, you might see a different requirement, but if you keep on checking, you will learn that pattern, you learn that how it is changing. And when you graduate, you will not get surprised that whatever you have learned in college, that has no relevance to the what the corporates are asking. So this is very important, that your syllabus is written on naukri.com. I will give you some more idea like how to get this. So suppose if you go and check this particular job, and you see that a lot of things are mentioned over here. So how to see the OWSP, NIST. So you have no clue what is it. Maybe some of you have idea what is OWSP, but moment you learn that word OWASP and you have no idea what is OWSP, immediately go to Google. There are two very good ways to learn. You can learn from Wikipedia. So just go to OWASP. You write OWASP and write Wikipedia. Wiki. So the best way to start learning is from the Wikipedia. So Wikipedia, you will see, gives you a very brief and simple idea about what that topic is, what that technology is. You will not become an expert from Wikipedia, but your understanding will become very clear if you start from the Wikipedia. I always do that. If I don't know something, I always go to Google. But if you search on Google, they will give you the best of the best PDF files. But maybe you will not understand that PDF file. It will go above your head. You will find it very complex to understand. So I never suggest that you go to Google, search for that word, and just click on that the most complex PDF file. Always start your learning from Wikipedia. Try to understand in a very simple language what that topic is. And once you have some idea about what this topic is, then you go to YouTube. So this is the second place where you need to go, and then you search for OWASP, and you can get some idea about what these guys are talking about. So if you combine this Wikipedia and YouTube, Wikipedia to learn the simple way, and then YouTube to get the higher understanding, the better understanding of that particular topic. So this is how you should ideally prepare. Okay. Now, sometimes the students ask us that, do I need a laptop? Do I need a desktop to learn programming or my cybersecurity topic? No. There are two type of people. One who loves programming, and there are other group who doesn't love programming. So there is one group who loves mathematics, and there is another group who doesn't like mathematics. So if you are in the first group that you like programming, then I am showing you this. If you do not like programming, I have something different for you. I'm coming to it. So if you like programming, there are many sites. You can go to Google and you can write online compiler. There are several online compiler. I personally like this one, this online GDB. See, I click on this and see this is an online compiler, and there are a lot of tutorials also, a lot of projects, a lot of tutorials. And you know, the best part, you can programming any language. So if I say I want to learn Python, I will just click on this drop down and I will say Python. So immediately the Python compiler will come. Now this compiler will work right from your mobile. You don't need a laptop or desktop for it. Even if you are sitting idle, you can check this site from your mobile and you can learn any programming language. You can have fun. Like if I say hello world and I run this program, immediately it will show over here that hello world has been compiled. So see, if I want to code in C, I can code in Java, I can code in PHP, C Sharp, I can code in Visual Basic, HTML, Ruby, Perl, and there are many programming language. Maybe some of you don't even have heard about this programming language, but there is all type of compilers over there. You can use any of them. You can use the interpreter, and you can learn all different types of programming right from your mobile. You don't even have to carry any laptop. You do not have to install anything in your laptop or your desktop. You don't even have to install anything in your mobile. Just use your mobile and you can start learning coding. And you can also go into the classroom, my projects, and you can learn a lot of things. Now, if you ask me which programming language to start with, I always suggest that you start with Python. Python is the easiest programming language to learn. And if you want to get into cybersecurity or data science or any type of even software development, website development, the easiest programming language is Python. So you can see Python 3 is given over here, and I have already compiled the program. I have run this program, this Python script. It is basically an interpreter. So I have run the Python script to just show you hello world. Okay. Now, coming to the different options, the career options, let me show you something over here. So if you are a BTech or a BCA or MCA or BSc or MSc, practically from the science background, then the study path should be like this. So as I mentioned, there is something called network security. I will just increase the font for your visibility. So there is something called network security and something called software security. So anybody who do not love programming can go to network security. And people who love programming, I would mention over here, love programming or coding, this is the field for you. And if you do not like coding, then this is the field for you, network security and software security. But if you love coding, then you can do both network security and software security. You can combine them, and that will give you more salary. But if you also not, know networking, that is also good. Even if you can earn 1 lakh rupees per month as a fresher if you just know network security. So when you mean network security, let me give you some examples. So see, this is a typical data center. Any company will have a data center. A data center will look like this. I don't know whether you have visited any data center, because as auditor, we frequently have to visit data center. So data center uh, looks something like this. It looks something like this, a data center where there are a lot of racks. These are called racks. This looks like a library. And within the racks, you have the hardware. So if you want to know this hardware, how it looks like, I will show you a hardware. Cisco firewall. So this is what a hardware looks like. So these are the hardwares. And once you have like hundreds of these hardwares, you get to see a data center like this. So if you go into the network security, the company will say you have to protect uh, these hardwares from the hackers, because hackers are always trying to get into this hardware and take over this entire data center, and they can then get steal data. They can stop a business. They can threaten a business, you pay money, otherwise I will put a ransomware into your machine. So protecting these hardware is very important for any corporate. Even the last Uber, the Uber got hacked. The 18 years old kid practically got into this hardware sitting at his home. There was some misconfiguration. He got hold of that. He came to knew about that, and he entered all these hardware servers and took away all the data. So to protect this hardware, you need to know a little bit of these devices. So what is the way to do this? In network security, you first learn CCNA. What is CCNA? Cisco Certified Network Associate. So this is the first course ideally you should do from somewhere. So it's a CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. This particular course will give you an idea about the networking devices. What exactly is a firewall? What is a router? What is a switch? What is a server? Because if they put you into this type of data center, you will get lost. So you need to have a very good idea what type of devices. There are 5-6 type of devices they will put you over in this rack. So you have a firewall, you have a router, you have a switch, you have a server. So you can have a Wi-Fi controller. You can have different types of server, like a web server, file server, mail server. The course that will teach you these basics, that what are these devices, is the Cisco Certified Network Associate. Once you have a good understanding of this subject, you will be very comfortable. Like you will be like this particular man who is standing out here, knowing exactly what is going on in this room, what device do what type of job, and how to configure that device, how to protect that device. However, if you want to go one level above, then you now need to learn ethical hacking. So ethical hacking, there are a lot of codes like CEH version 12. You can search on Google CEH version 12. I can give you some links from where you can get the syllabus, the structure. But ethical hacking, you need to then have some idea. However, the best knowledge will come from penetration testing. Penetration testing, you need a Linux called Kali Linux. Even this is free to download. You can go to Google and you can write Kali Linux download. You do not need to install anything. You can go to Kali Linux download, and you see there are files out here which you can download. Now keep in mind, if you have this particular software, Oracle Virtualbox, download this software, Oracle Virtualbox. This software you can install in your Windows. If you install in your Windows, you can run multiple operating system right on Windows. I'm showing you and giving you an idea that how you can do that. So this is, I have a Oracle Virtualbox over here. See, this is a software which I have installed, and I have a Oracle. I'm not using Kali Linux. I'm using Parrot Linux. That's a different version of operating system. You can use either Kali or Parrot. Both are free. Now, once you install this Virtualbox, which is like some simple exe file, you can just click, and you will install the exe file. Then you don't need to install in Linux. Right from my window, what I will do, I will start my Parrot Linux. I have not started it for quite some time. It will take some time, but yes, it is starting. See, this is starting the Parrot Linux. I'm clicking on this root. So see, I have logged into Parrot Linux. This is my Parrot Linux, and I am using Parrot Linux within my Virtualbox. This is my Parrot Linux. So I'm using Linux, and I am also using my Windows. So I'm using my Windows. Just a minute. I'm using my Windows, and I'm also using my Linux. I can switch between Windows and Linux without installing Linux in my system. So that is the beauty of this Virtualbox. Nowadays, Virtualboxes are used to run multiple operating system within us with over Windows or some other operating system. So I do not have the hassle to log out of Windows and log in into Linux. I can simultaneously work on both Windows and Linux. And if you go into this Linux, you will see that there are 500 applications. So if I go into this penetration testing, see there are more than 500 penetration testing tools out here. Like I have a password cracker, wireless cracker, sniffing tool. I have reverse engineering tools. These reverse engineering tools are used to crack into games. Then I have web application penetration tools to check the different websites. I have the vulnerability assessment tool, the Cisco tool, the fuzzing tools. So there are different types of tools which are almost 500 pre-installed hacking tools within either Kali Linux or Parrot Linux. You can use any of them using an Oracle Virtualbox. So if you want to get into network security, then CCNA, ethical hacking, and then penetration testing. Till you learn penetration testing, you will not be able to get a good salary. The best salary is in the penetration testing. If you want to know more, you can go into SOC-SIEM. SOC-SIEM is something, a new technology. I don't know whether you have heard about it or not, but you can search on Google. These SIEM tools, there are very few people in the market, and the companies are crazy, have gone crazy, asking for somebody who knows, at least have some knowledge of SIEM. So if you right now know SIEM, companies like ITC will be paying you at least 1 lakh rupees per month, because they are desperately looking for some SIEM experts. If you are a malware expert, right now Calcutta Police has jobs for 1.5 lakhs per month for you. If you have this knowledge, doesn't matter whether you have experience or not, but if you have the knowledge in our world, in the cybersecurity world, in the IT world, in the technology world, your knowledge is more important, not the experience. As long as you can answer the questions in the interview, you are best of the best. Now coming to software, people who love coding. So if you love coding, start with Python. As I mentioned, I already showed you the online compiler for Python, and you can just use it from your mobile. You don't need to install anything in your mobile or laptop or desktop. Once you learn Python, learn HTML, and then learn database. Database means SQL, structured query language, and PLSQL, procedural language, structured query language. Another mistake done by most of the people: if you are not good in SQL, you can never hack into any website. You can never test a website. All about database. So if you want to be good in software security, you must be very, very good in Python and SQL. The most important two topics that you need to learn. All of this you can learn from that online site I showed you right now. Once you learn database, then you ideally learn PHP. So Python, HTML, database, PHP, all can be learned from your mobile using that online website. Once you know this, then you come into ethical hacking and then penetration testing. So if you ask me what type of tools you need, I already told you Kali Linux, and the tool is Metasploit. For ethical hacking, you need to know Nmap, Nessus. So if you know Nmap, Nessus, Metasploit, practically any company will give you a 50, 60, 70,000 rupees job, irrespective of your number of experience. If you know SOCSIM, your salary goes to 70, 80,000. If you are a malware expert, your salary goes to at least 1 lakh to 1.5 lakhs. If you are into software security, if you know Python, your salary starts from 20 to 30,000 rupees. Then database, PHP. If you know ethical hacking, the tool you need is Bobsuit. And penetration testing, again, you have this Metasploit framework and Kali Linux. So same Kali Linux and Metasploit can be used for software penetration testing. And there are some more tools like SQL Map, Havies. There are many tools for breaking password. You can have the change enable. So all these tools are there in the Kali Linux or Parrot Linux. You can install any of them, Kali or Parrot Linux. Or both these comes free of cost. You can download them searching on in Google. Now, if you are a BCom graduate or a commerce graduate, go for digital forensics. This is a very, very big field which is coming up. Digital forensics. Digital forensics is an upcoming technology, and there's a huge potential in digital forensics. So the commerce graduate, the law graduates, this LLB, LLM, the law graduates, or if you are a chartered accountant, you have a lot of potential in the digital forensics field. Also, if you know this software security and network security, that will be an added advantage. Because if you are a commerce graduate, you will become a auditor in the finance domain. And in the finance domain, you have to go and audit bank. Now, every bank is operating in a digital format. They have a core banking system. You have a net banking. So nothing can operate without machines. So as the chartered accountant, as the BCom graduate, as the finance auditor, you need to go and check finance fraud. And to understand finance fraud, a key component is digital forensics. Without digital forensics knowledge, you will be in a very bad situation as an auditor. If you are a law graduate, then digital forensics is a must for you, because every crime investigation will need digital forensics. 90% of the crime now is digital crime. So whenever a case will come to you without knowledge of digital forensics, practically you will be helpless. So make sure, if you are a law graduate, chartered accountant, a commerce graduate, a finance auditor, then digital forensics is something you must start learning right from first year. Don't leave it for third year or fourth year. Right from first year, you need to have this knowledge. If you are a management graduate like MBA, BBA, then you need to know ISO 27001 lead auditor. Note it down. Maybe it will not make such sense to you at this moment, but every manager. So ISO 27001 is called Information Security Management System. So if you are a manager and you don't have knowledge of information security management system, your growth is very limited. Every company now is a mandatory to get this ISO 27001 certificate, and their managers are need to know this. So even companies like PwC or Deloitte or the top management, uh, I mean the graduates or the professionals who are working in these big four or big five or banks, now these people are coming to us to learn ISO 27001. Companies like the educational institutes like Symbiosis, they have become mandatory for their MBA graduates to learn ISO 27. I have myself gone and taught at Symbiosis. Even in other top management colleges, they are making it mandatory that once their students graduate, ISO 27K is a part of their subject, and they get the global. These are global certificate. So if you want to get some more money, you make some get a better salary than your fellow friends, and you are a MBA or a BBA, go for this ISO 27001. It will at least give you 20 to 30% hike in your salary in your first job. Okay, so that is what I mentioned over here, the BCom and the arts graduate. Now, if you talk about the arts graduate, I got a question that whether arts graduate can come into this particular cybersecurity field. Yes, they can come, uh, because we need around 25 lakh people, and we have around 2 lakh to 3 lakh people in the market. So I have seen there are arts graduates who are easily getting jobs in cybersecurity. But yes, if you are an arts graduate, ideally you should go into digital marketing or other type of subjects, not in cybersecurity, but maybe coming 5 years, anybody can come into cybersecurity because there's an acute shortage of right candidates, right people who can do the job. So till that shortage is fulfilled, from any stream you can come. Especially if you are from the arts graduate, I suggest that you go into the network part and definitely cover the soxing, because if you cover soxing, you will get a very good job. So I gave you some idea about what exactly this particular, what are the job prospect are, how you can prepare for it. Now I have made a PPT, so let me just quickly go through the PPT. Sweta has given a lot of effort into the PPT, so she will be not happy if I don't show the PPT. Uh, As I said, cybersecurity is the art of protecting network devices, data from the unauthorized access or criminal use, and the practice of ensuring confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So confidentiality, you all know, integrity means data can be changed. So suppose your medical report, in the medical report, if something gets changed, you will get a wrong treatment and you can even die. So in some cases, the integrity of the data, the correctness of data is very important. And availability is like, you have heard about ransomware attack. In UK, they stopped the hospital from the operating a patient by using a ransomware. In Germany, they injected a malware, a virus, a ransomware into the metro rail system, and the entire ticketing system got jammed. So these type of problems are happening. So confidentiality, integrity, availability. Uh, this one I have already told you. So cat and mouse game, how the police catch the criminal. I need to give you some idea about this. Uh, the police practically catches the criminal from the IP address. So I get a lot of calls from people that my Facebook got hacked, or I have a fake profile created in my name on Facebook. So if you come across this type of things, immediately go to the Lal Bazar police station, because they will write to the nodal officers. Now, Government of India over the last few months has made it mandatory that all social media like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, they need to have one nodal officer. That means a representative stationed within the country, that is India. Now, when the police come across this type of cases of fraud, somebody has made a profile with your picture and making some bad name of you or given your mobile number over there, immediately the police will talk to these people, maybe the Facebook nodal officer, and say, which IP address have used this? The moment that IP address is handed over to police, they will call the telecom operator and ask you, whom have you given this IP address? The telecom operator will tell the name and the address of the person, and immediately that person will get caught. Previously, it was a little bit difficult, but now it has become very easy. If you face this type of problem, you can always go to the Lal Bazar police cyber cell, and they are very helpful on this. Otherwise, if somebody is giving you a call, that person can be tracked using the telecom tower locations. So now it is pretty easy to catch this type of criminals, and more you report the crime, that will become easy for the police officers. One more thing I would like to say, if you ever face a cyber crime, the national helpline number is 1930. Before you rush over to the local police station, call this number 1930 or log into cybercrime.gov.in. So if you lodge your complaint on that number or through that website, they will tell you which police station to approach. And sometimes we see that the police station not taking the complaint. So if you go through cybercrime.gov.in or 1930, they will be forced to take the complaint, because the request will come from the national agency that this is a complaint that has been lodged nationwide, and you please take the complaint. And immediately they will be doing either a FIR or a general diary GD, and you can see a continuous follow-up of your case. So don't rush to the police station. Go to the cybercrime.gov.in. They will lodge your complaint. Take a printout of that or take it in your mobile as a PDF, and then go to the police station which these people have asked you to go. That will give you a full tracking of the complaint that you have lodged. Other than that, some security tips are: never share your OTP over the phone, never install any desk or TeamViewer software, never get emotional on social media. Dangerous. Most of the traffickers, the human traffickers, are active on the social media. The moment you go and start speaking about your loneliness, about your sadness, somebody has ditched me, these guys, these professional criminals, immediately start tracking you, and then they will start making friendship with you, and then they will brainwash you, ask you to go somewhere, and there's a high chance you will get kidnapped or trafficked into another city. Only put your password on HTTPS site, never forward fake message, never trust someone on the social media, lock your mobile screen. If you want to search your lost mobile, then you must know your IMEI number. How to know IMEI number? Just dial *#06# from your mobile and you will get the IMEI number. If you ever lose the phone, if anybody steal your handset, just give the IMEI number to police and that person will never be able to use that IMEI number. Change your password for the home Wi-Fi email at least once a month, otherwise anybody can hack into it. Never use a free Wi-Fi or in a cyber cafe or in the hotel, because they can actually find what information you are passing through that Wi-Fi. Never show your password. I'll just give you a demo over here. I opened a demo over here. Just a minute. Okay, so if you save your password like this, it is very easy to find. I'm just giving a live demo. Right click on the any browser. Anybody has saved the password which is looking like ****. Right click on the last item, inspect. Immediately a code will open. See, there is something called input type equal to password. Change password to text text, enter, close it, and your password will be visible. So never save your password on any browser. The moment you get away from that machine, your password can be stolen like this. Here it is easy. You can see the password, but in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, password can be easily stolen like that. Even in the Facebook, I suggest that you go to your settings and privacy, go to settings and go to security and logging and enable this two-factor authentication. Please enable this two-factor authentication. Otherwise, if you enable it, nobody can hack into your uh, Facebook. Even in your Gmail, I get a lot of complaint. My Gmail got hacked. Just go to Gmail, go to these 9 dots at the top, go to accounts, go to security, and see there is two-step verification. By default, this is switched off. Switch it on. If you switch on your two-step verification in your Gmail, in your Facebook, in your Instagram, in your LinkedIn, Twitter, and even on WhatsApp. If you go to WhatsApp, you will see there is something called two-factor authentication. If you go to WhatsApp setting accounts, you will see two-factor authentication. Always switch on two-factor authentication, then nobody can hack into that account. Otherwise, it will be a serious problem. They will be able to hack into your account. Okay, and if you want to know more, there is something called this handbook. You can take a snapshot of this. Maybe you can, I'm just writing it over here. This is a handbook. You can take a photo with your mobile of this handbook. This is the URL. I can also share this in your chat window. I don't know whether chat window is active or not. Whether you can see the chat window or not. I have shared the link over here. So this is a handbook where you will get everything about the security do and don'ts. Follow this and you will not get hacked. Coming to this part, this is the future. I'll quickly go through it. This is the future. Your smart home, your phone is smart, your home is smart, your TV is smart, your city is smart. The only smartness is missing from the humans. We are not getting smart, but our phones, home, TV, city, everything is getting smart. So when these get smart, you will have a tough time ahead because everything is connected to internet and basically hackers will get into your bedroom. And this is the smart watch. This is the future you wearing all these devices, and of course another again the same problem. There are a lot of data protection privacy bill will be coming within 1 or 2 years, and once this comes, any company who fails to protect data will face a penalty of 15 crore to 4% of annual global turnover. This is very, very bad news for the company, but very good news for you people because more and more jobs will be created. Already you will see that Facebook has suffered a $5 billion fine, and now they are paying that in installments, which is quite a big money even for a company like Facebook. We do hackathons. I believe December ABP will be conducting a hackathon. Sweta will be able to tell you that. Keep a tap on this. If you take these newspapers, we will we will put up some ads over there, and you can also note down our Facebook pages or this Twitter, LinkedIn pages. I'll give you some idea. So there are hackathons. We have done also 6-7 hackathons. You are please welcome over there. We will have good prize money, and we will have like hackathons from the juniors to seniors. You will get a lot of idea. So before I conclude, I will like to show you the last thing. You can learn a lot of things from our video site. This is the YouTube site. There are more than 500 videos where there's step-by-step guidance on how to, on Python, on CCNA, on ethical hacking, on forensic. We have like even 1 hour, 2 hours video on ethical hacking and forensic. So I'm sharing the link again over here. You can take a photo of this. This is the link for the YouTube. More than 500 videos are present over here. Please come and learn over here. You can also come to our website isoh.com, where you will get lot of knowledge materials, tools, tutorials, blogs. You can just go through these blogs and you will get a lot of insight, lot of knowledge into this type of ethical hacking. And if you are in Kolkata or Bhubaneswar or Shiliguri or Durgapur, you are most welcome to come to our office. We'll be happy to guide you. This is me, Sandeep Sengupta. This is, you can, if you want a advice on any career, any tips and tricks, you can contact me on WhatsApp. That is my number, 9830310550. Please don't call me because I'm always in meeting. You can always send me a WhatsApp. I'm very passionate about this field and be happy to help you. So we have only 5 minutes left. I will stop my sharing presentation and I'll be taking up questions if you have any question. Over
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
So, first of all, thank you so much for sharing such valuable insights. And we would like to quickly move into our Q&A session now. We begin with the question, sir, that I mean, a lot of our participants ask this question, so I'm clubbing it together on their behalf,
Mhm.
which is basically how can high school students, that means, class 9, 10, 11, 12, who are aspiring to be cybersecurity professionals, how can they equip themselves to walk this path? I mean, while they are still in school.
Yeah, so I told them that you can use that website. I have given the link of that website. You can
Mhm.
go over there, you can learn Python. You must start with Python programming language. Otherwise, you can always come to what I'm trying to do. I have tied up with some schools where I'm starting a cybersecurity geek club in the schools with 5 or 6 machines. So some of the top Kolkata schools I'm doing. If any school want us to help them to create a cybersecurity club, I'll be happy to come down to that school and help them. I am doing it free of cost. This is my passion. I'll be helping them out. But as a student, either you can learn it from the Wikipedia and YouTube, or you can come down to our Indian School of Ethical Hacking. Usually, we do not take school kids as students, but I'll be happy to help you out. You can come down to our office and just check out our lab, our systems. We'll be happy. And even the school approaches, I can even bring like 20, 30 kids in our office and give a tour of our office. But otherwise, learn Python, and I have shown you that learning path. So start with Python and slowly go through that curve.
Yes, sir. In fact, I am sure that the session has actually answered most of the questions that we have received, but I will still have a few which I would like to ask you on everybody's behalf. The second question says, what skills does one need other than analytical and technical skills to become a successful cybersecurity professional?
Cybersecurity is a vast job. It is not about skills. Skill is very important, but even if you are a arts graduate, there is something for everything. So if you are a geek, maybe you will go into a penetration testing. If you are not a geek, you can still go into forensic. You can go into police, CID, because many of our students are working in CID, Calcutta Police. So you don't need to be a very geek for that. For an SIEM, there are 3 levels of worker, like the SOC SIEM I showed you. The person who is at the highest level maybe need a lot of analytical knowledge, but at the lowest level, you still can get a 70, 80,000 rupees job without having a very high skill or a high level of analytical knowledge. So practically anybody can come.
Right, sir. The next question is it necessary to have knowledge of advanced mathematics?
No, no, not needed. You don't even need any knowledge of mathematics to become successful. If you have, it's good. If you don't have, doesn't matter.
Right. The next question I think is more out of curiosity from one of our participants. How is cybersecurity relevant in the pharma sector?
Pharma sector, see, pharma sector, if you are into core manufacturing and research, you have a lot of intellectual property. And protecting that intellectual property is very, very crucial for these companies. So they need a lot of cybersecurity professionals. So their intellectual property, their secret research is not exposed to the competitor, and there you have a lot of role to play. And tomorrow, when we are talking about the like, I don't know what humans will look like, because humans, humanoids, a mixture, hybrid, how the treatment will become in the long run. But suppose I'm giving you an example: the pacemaker. The pacemaker can be hacked, and the person can be murdered, because if I put a electromagnetic, strong electromagnetic near the pacemaker, that person will die. So how that pacemaker can be shielded from that electromagnetic wave, or can be protected from the hacker, that might be one field of study in the long run.
Right, sir. Um, what kind of domains, categories, or fields can cybersecurity professionals work in? I mean, there is a vast,
I have
I
already
think,
mentioned.
limitless opportunities
Right.
available.
I have already mentioned network
Yes,
security, software security, digital forensics, ISO 27K, SOC SIEM, malware analyst. I have already given these explanations in detail in the workshop.
yes, sir. So the next question is that how did you discover your passion in this industry?
Well, it started with fun. One friend, I did a project with a friend, and then the friend didn't share that project with me. So I put a lot of effort, and I got angry. And then I used a malware to hack the entire project from his system. So that was long time back when I was in the in my just high school. But that was fun. And then I went to New Zealand. New Zealand, I was working in a cybersecurity company, and then now I work with the police, with the government, with the CID, with the military, everybody. So now this has become my profession, but it was started with a passion, and it is still my passion. So now my passion is my profession.
That's wonderful, sir. This is one of the last questions that we'll be taking. How to learn digital forensics as the tools are paid and crack tools are hard to find. Can you please guide a path to find these tools to learn digital forensics?
No, not all tools are paid. You have a lot of free tools actually in the market. And what we are doing, we are making a digital forensics labs in Sector 5. So you can come down over there. We will be, because some of the tools are very expensive, but we will be giving this lab on rent, maybe for 100 rupees for 1 hour. So that is quite affordable. So if you come after Puja to our Sector 5 lab opposite to TCS, and also check our website isoeh.com. We will give the details over there, and you can come down and you can practice using our lab.
That's wonderful, sir. And before we wrap up, it'll be wonderful if you can give that one piece of golden advice to all the aspirants, of pursuing cybersecurity as a career option. That one thing they should always remember or keep in mind or follow.
Well, this world is the world for dreamers, because everything I did during my childhood, there are hundreds of people who told me that this will not work. You are crazy. You are not doing something conventional. You will fail. But don't listen to all these things. If everybody tells you crazy, most likely you are right, because if you are not crazy, you will not become the number one. To become the number one, to become stand out of the crowd, to become something which people will respect or envy, you need to have certain level of craziness into you. But be crazy, be bold, be ambitious, try to do something which is not every anybody has tried. But end of the day, stay ethical, because I am an ethical hacker. So if I'm just a hacker, I would not have come so far in life. So ethics comes first, hacker comes next. So be ethical, but be crazy. As Steve Jobs has stated, stay hungry, stay foolish. And that is something you must keep in mind. And if you have that hunger for knowledge, and if you have that craziness in you, where everybody is saying you will fail and you don't care and you carry on, one day you will definitely get success.
That's really encouraging and inspiring, Mr. Sengupta. And on that note, I would like to really thank you for taking the time out from your really, really busy schedule to join us. and share such valuable information and insights with us. And I'm very sure all our participants also are going back today with very, very insightful information. So
Thank you.
thank you again on behalf of the Telegraph Online Edugraph and all our participants here. And for all our participants, thank you so much for being so patient. And please keep, update. You can keep yourself updated about the other webinars that we will be hosting under the How to Be series if you follow us on our social media handles. We will also keep in touch via emails.
All the best.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. Thank you, everyone.